Hey everyone, almost Shabbat Shalom. The word in Hebrew for an angel is malach, which is the exact same word in Hebrew for a messenger. The reason that makes sense is because Judaism sees angels not as beings, but rather as divine messengers. So when God's will wants to assert in this world, an angel is created. So angels are not separate beings, but rather a flow of divine will. And that's kind of an interesting thing to think about itself. But what I want to mention, which is strange, is that in our Parsha, Jacob, seems to have the power to send angels. And how can that even happen? Isn't it God's will? So somehow through Yaakov's life and his struggling with an angel even, he gets the power to redirect divine energy. Now, how does this even play out? It says he sent angels to his brother, to Esav. His brother was not a nice guy and really didn't like him. And before he was going to meet him, he wanted to sort of make contact, see, get a sense of where Esav was holding. It says he sent these angels from before him, and they returned, and they said, your brother's marching towards you with 400 armed men. So it's not really a good scenario. But what's fascinating is the Kli Yakar talks about these angels he sent and gives some thoughts about them. And one of the things that he said, which I found so interesting, was that these angels were in front of Jacob, and in front of Esav at the same time. That's what he says. Meaning he says they returned before they even left, and while they were in front of Esav, they were still with him. So this gets me to start to question, what are we talking about when we're talking about angels here? Are these men, did they pop out from behind a rock where Esav was and say, hey, we're here and Yaakov has a question for you? Or is he sending some kind of vision? I watched a little bit, not the whole thing, but I watched a little bit of Game of Thrones until it got too gross for me. And there's this thing called a warg, which basically you can see the world through the eyes of an animal. A person who can see the world through the eyes of an animal, like kind of having a vision somewhere else. And perhaps this is what we mean by angels, is that Yaakov was able to see to the other side of the world without going anywhere. And the Kli Yakar, in fact, says this, that these angels were not even in conversation with Esav. It was just a way for Yaakov to get a sense of what was going on in a place that he was not in. I just thought it's very fascinating when we think about what do we mean when we say angels and sending angels, and do we have the power to use our mind to get to other places and see other places. Good Shabbos.